Luka, Giannis or Jokic? Who is the best European in the NBA? This season, the league saw 56 players from Europe, and it will be the fourth consecutive year where the MVP is not from the United States. So who from those 56 were the best? Let's look at the top 10 European players in the NBA.
Miss. Allen Law. Antetokounmpo with a man's jam.
Last week, we ranked the 10 best EuroLeague players by looking at their usual and advanced stats, as well as the influence that can be seen on the videotape. In this video, similar rules are followed for deciding the rankings. Apart from points, rebounds, and assists, we're going to look at the most important publicly available advanced metrics, such as true shooting percentage, real plus minus, and LeBron. While the first two are clear, some of you might be asking what LeBron's statistic means. It evaluates a player's contributions using box score stats and advanced on and off calculations for a holistic evaluation of player impact per 100 possessions on the court. It is one of the most fashionable stats in the NBA world right now that takes into consideration many different things yet is still publicly available. So without further ado, let's begin the top 10. At number 10, we find Bogdan Bogdanovic. A Serbian guard is an important rotation player in Atlanta with clear tasks on the court, with the most obvious one being converting on catch-and-shoot opportunities. Trae Young is the man there and constantly creating advantages, so having various shooters around at all times is a must. Bogdanovic is a perfect companion for a superstar point guard, as he is at 43% on catch-and-shoot tries this season. Coach Nate McMillan enjoys using Serbian as an after-timeout set-play target, and this screen-the-screener action often works out efficiently. Occasionally, Bogdan will run some pick and rolls too, where he likes to pull up driving to the left. He is an amazing shooter and a great fit for the Atlanta team as a scorer from the bench, who usually will be included in the game-finishing lineups.
Wide open.
Corner three.
Wide
You
open.
do not leave Bogdanovic open.
Bulls big man Nikola Vucevic comes in at number 9. Center from Montenegro spent long years in Orlando, filling up the stat sheet but losing one game after the other, so he was never really in the center of attention. In his first full season in the Windy City, he's scoring a bit less, but the Bulls are back to being legit. Vucevic does a little bit of everything, stretches the floor at the center position by popping out after setting the pick, converting on the rolls with his soft touch in the painted area, and also is a threat on post-ups. He is equally good on these little shots with both hands, which makes him harder to guard. Offensively, he is a full package as he is also a willing passer, especially after receiving on pick and rolls. He could be even higher up on this list. This year, he wasn't that efficient shooting the ball as he arrived at the averages by having a subpar 53% true shooting percentage.
Vucevic again.
Oh, give me the hot sauce, Vooch.
The other Bogdanovic is at number 8. Utah Jazz wing from Croatia has one of the smoothest jumpers in all NBA and a quick release like few others. Just like the last names, both Bogdanovic's games are similar. Bojan is a great shooter as well, making 43% of catch-and-shoot tries. With Mitchell penetrating and Gobert attracting help defenses inside, he has plenty of chances to shoot wide open. Croatian is great at creating his own opportunities too, and he does it by using the screens well, whether that's a pin down from a set play or a weird screen after the big fakes the pick and roll. He loves to curl inside after the screen and look for scoring opportunities near the basket too. He has been a solid starting player in Utah and could be even considered a bit underrated because of a bright teammate's shadow.
As it's Mitchell racing away from trouble. Over to Bogdanovic. He'll shoot the three with 15 seconds on the timer.
Number 7 is where the things get a bit spicy. Here we find Kristaps Porzingis. Latvian is a tough case to judge because of his injury history. This year he again played in only 62% of the games. In the last 5 years combined, he has missed every second game there was. If not for that, he could have easily been in the top 5. After being traded to Washington from Dallas, he regained the main player of the team status. His stats in the capital looked exactly the same as he had in New York. Porzingis is an unreal weapon on offense, where at 7'3" he can shoot over anyone in the post, especially when the team switch. He has a nice face-up mid-range game too, and can stretch the floor extremely well with the deep freeze and pick-and-pop situations. The Wizards even ran a nice wrinkle of the Spain pick-and-roll for the Latvian, where the back screener flipped the screen, opening a wide-open shot for Porzingis. If he can stay healthy, he might get back to the All-Star level next season.
Porzingis, little Dirk Nowitzki move off the glass. I guess he...
At 6, we find Jonas Valanciunas. Lithuanian finished the season with a double-double average for the third year in a row. Pelicans center is a beast down low. In the post, he will try to bully ball the opponents until they are under the rim. However, even his game developed throughout the years, dictated by the new trends of basketball. Once a traditional big man, JV added a turnaround jumper in the post and developed a stable three-point shot. At one point this season, he was tied with Steph Curry for the #1 spot in the three-point percentage category. He is not the fastest pick-and-roll roller in the league, but his strength lies in his touch in the paint and in the quickness of releasing the shot. Last but not least, he is a nightmare for the opponents on the offensive glass, constantly crashing the rim and earning second chances to score, where he is in the top 10 in all NBA.
Yeah, Valanciunas with the rebound and put back.
Valanciunas' countryman Domantas Sabonis is at number 5 on our top Europeans list. One of the best playmaking bigs in the league, Sabonis was sent to the Kings at the trade deadline. His ways to keep the game flowing are rare and unique, and makes it extremely fun to play with Domas. He will find you on cuts in tiny spaces, he will create space for the shooters with passing and great screens. Sabonis is also a superb pick-and-roll roller due to his great mobility and understanding of the screen angles. Offensively, he is a threat on post-ups too, where he has a couple of different ways to get to his strong left hand. Lithuanian is a triple-double threat every night, and Sacramento fans quickly fell in love with his playmaking skills.
It's a cutting fox, and that's how easy the game can be.
The Stifle Tower comes in at number 4. The Frenchman actually has the highest true shooting percentage and the third highest LeBron score in this top 10 because of the defensive impact, but his offensive liabilities are too much to consider him for the top 3. However, he is one of the best rim protectors in the NBA, ranking 5th in blocks per game. With insane wingspan, he is able to change the trajectory of many shots, including open mid-range jumpers which quickly become contested ones, with Gobert extending his hands. Center's impact is undeniable in the regular season, but in the playoffs, other NBA teams have unlocked the system which diminishes Gobert's defensive influence. 5-out lineups, where Jazz guards cannot contain their matchups in front and Rudy has to help, often leaving the big man in the middle of nowhere. Three-pointers start to rain, and the Frenchman cannot respond on the other side of the court. This is something the Jazz will need to figure it out by adding solid perimeter defenders.
And they rotate it to Finney Smith, who needs a bucket, and he got it!
And then we have the 3 most dominant players in the NBA. The Slovenian wonder kid Luka Doncic is at 3. He is a one-man show everywhere he goes, as he is able to create plays possession after possession and pick out teammates in their best spots. We all know about Luka's unstoppable step back, incredible footwork to break down defenders off the dribble, and the ability to stop in the paint, use the pivot foot and make rainbow shots go in. The Slovenian is an offensive genius who gets the right read 99% of the time, leaving opponents in shambles and make them try every possible defensive system there is. With his elite size and strength, he can post up smaller players too. Combine all that with the clutch gene Doncic possesses, and you have one of the most unstoppable offensive players in the game right now.
He takes it. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Now, I'm sure there will be many people asking how can you put Jokic at number 2 after the season he is having. Yes, Nikola put up historic all-time numbers this year, where not only he was scoring 27 with 13 rebounds and 8 assists, He also had an insane lead against everyone on all advanced metrics. His true shooting was at 66, his LeBron impact at plus 7.8, real plus minus at almost plus 12. All of these metrics will win him the MVP award, and I completely agree with that, but Denver didn't have their second and third best players for almost all season, which impeded Jokic to carry his team to the playoffs. And even though he had much better numbers on defense this season, he is not a difference maker as Giannis is. Denver simply designed the right defense around Jokic. And that compels me to put Nikola at number 2.
Jokic with the block shot, his second tonight. Oh! What a pass by Jokic! A look away, as good as it gets!
Staying in the small market and winning the championship with Milwaukee was the fairytale ending to a beautiful development story of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Despite the title, the Greek freak didn't stop improving as we saw new moves in his scoring arsenal. We all know how unfair he is in transition with his long strides and incredible strength, but he is starting to add fadeaway and turnaround jumpers, something that we never saw him do before. Now, if these start to go in on a regular basis, how is anyone going to stop it? Defensively, he is obviously more capable than Jokic, both as a perimeter defender and as a rim protector. The way he plays basketball might not be as satisfying as watching Jokic, but the freakish physical abilities combined with elite skills make him the best European player at this moment. Do you agree? What would you change in this top 10? Let me know in the comments section down below, and I'll see you in the next video.
Intercepts, drops it off to Giannis! The gift that keeps on giving!